Hello student, this is the second part of video for chapter number 4 from civics. Our today's topic is how do new laws come about. In the previous video we have learned the process that called amendment, where the existing laws are replaced with the new one. So as we know, the parliament has an important role in making laws. There are many ways through which this take place, and it is often different group in the society that raise the need for a particular law. So they feel that whatever the law is being made in the past, anyhow it is violating their rights, so it could be changed. An important role of parliament is to be sensitive to the problem faced by the people. So they have to understand what the problems are being faced by the people, and they have to sensitive. With the emotion they cannot work out. If they are changing the law, then they have to see the constitution also, like everyone is going to get the equal rights. There nobody is being discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, gender, etc. So the law should not be benefiting one, and it should not be harming the other. So they have to think very sensitively. Parliament is having a very important role while they are making law, while they are passing any law. So let us read the following story to understand how issue of domestic violence was brought to attention of Parliament and the process adopted for this issue to become a law. So domestic violence means beating the woman's or harming the woman at home. That is called as domestic violence. So here the definition is being given. See, domestic violence refers to the injury or harm or threat of injury or harm caused by an adult male, usually the husband, against his wife. Injury may be caused by physically beating up the woman or emotionally abusing her. Abuse of the woman can also include verbal, sexual, and economic abuse. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 extends the understanding of term domestic to include all women who live or have lived together in shared household with the male member who is perpetrating violence. So what is domestic violence? Any kind of injury or harm or threat. Threat here means dhamki given for injury or harm, and mainly that is being caused by whom? Adult male. Usually this kind of harm or injury is done by the husband towards the wife, against the wife, you can also say. So injury may be physically, like beating the wife, or it could be emotionally also, torturing constantly, now and then just scolding the wife for number of reason. So that could be emotional abusing also. That is the another kind of harm that is given in mentally. So mentally they are being disheartened. So abuse of women, there is several ways. That could be verbal, like saying, like I said, keep on scolding for everything. And that could be sexual, without the permission of the woman they are sexually abused. And even economic abuse, like the mainly the girl or wife are asked to get more and more dowry from their home. So this kind of economic abuse could be also done. Or the women were asked to work out, and as well as at the home also. This is economic abuse, to earn and to do the household work. So new act was being amended, that was the Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. So this was being redefined, the women who are living together with his husband, and as well as sharing the household work also with the male member. Here one story is given from October 2006. You can see the newspaper cutting over here. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 Act was passed. Discussion between the two women. What she is saying, Sazia, did you read today's newspaper? Isn't it great day for women? What was great about the day? Not just women violence, free homes will benefit everyone. Kusum, it's taken such a long time to get this law passed. In fact, it began with establishing a need for a new law. Kusum and Sazia worked for a women's organization. They remember the journey how the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act got passed. So whether discussing about the new act, and here one found it great, and another woman also found it great. But what happened? Sazia felt that the act which was being passed, it took long time to pass it. April 1991, a typical day at their office. I need advice, my husband beats me. So one of the women meets the woman, that is Sazia and Kusum. They were working for the women's organization. So here one woman is complaining about her husband. I need advice, my husband beats me up. I haven't told anyone so far. I feel so ashamed. I cannot go on like this anymore, but I have nowhere to go. I am being ill-treated by my son and daughter-in-law. They verbally abuse me. I have no access to my bank accounts. They may even throw me out. So there are two complainers. One is complaining about the husband, and he is keep on beating him, and he was ashamed to tell it to everyone. As per the Hindu, as after marriage, from birth to till death, they have to live with the husband, whatever they have to face, but they have to live there only. The parents are not allowing the daughters to come back at their home. Now the woman is saying that I am not having any place to go. She cannot go anywhere. The other was mother complaining about her son and as well as daughter-in-law. She said that she was being verbally abused, and she was also not having any kind of bank account. So what will happen if the son and throw? So she is complaining that they may even throw her out of the house. So the condition was being faced by them was this. I do not want to go to the police. I just want to stop the violence. I just don't want to thrown out of the house I am living in. Unfortunately, to the existing law is criminal one and does not offer these options. So here one of the lady who is complaining, who has complained about her husband, she doesn't want to go to police. Just she want the violence to stop. Another one want to just live in her house. She just don't want to be thrown out from her own house. But what happened? The laws as being passed, if it is being violated, then you should complain to the police. That is being needed. Only then any kind of action could be taken. But here the woman who was listening to her complaint, she said, unfortunately, the existing law is a criminal one and does not offer this kind of option. Now all the laws which are being already made, that are being made for any kind of crime if it is being committed. Now beating or beaten by husband, or the son and daughter-in-law is abusing, for this no laws were being made in the constitution. Throughout the 1990s, a need for a new law was raised in different forums. We have heard testimonies of several women. We have seen that women want protection against being beaten, the right to continue living in a shared household, and often temporary relief. We need a new civil law to address this issue. So here the women, so those who are working for the women's organization, she started talking to the number of women about their life and what kind of torture or what kind of problem they are facing in their life. So they heard many testimonies. They came to know that many were beaten, many were mentally and physically abused, and even they were living in the shared household work. They were not getting any kind of temporary relief. So this is an issue serious issue that has to be heard, and law has to be made. That was that was compulsorily needed. In 1999, Lawyers Collective, a group of lawyers here, law students and activists, after nationwide consultation, took the lead in drafting the Domestic Violence, that is Prevention and Protection Bill. This draft bill was widely circulated. Now, the definition of domestic violence should include physical, economic, sexual, verbal, and emotional abuse. The other lawyer is saying the law should cover any woman living with a shared domestic space. They should be protected from being evicted from the shared household. Nextly, what about some monetary relief then? So here the group of lawyers were just discussing about the things were happening, and they drafted a law, that is Domestic Violence or Prevention and Protection Bill. After drafting this bill, so the law, before it is passed, it is called as bill because it has to be represented in front of Parliament. So it is called as bill, not the normal bill what you are having. There are three types of bills that are ordinary bills, money bills, and constitutional amendment bills. Now, what are the ordinary bill? What are the money bills, or what are constitutional amendment bills, that we are going to understand. So money bill relate to the money matters such as tax laws, like the tax which is being collected, or for any kind of budget when they are making bridges or many contracts that has been discussed and taken, so they need money. So for this kind of discussion, this money bill is being represented in the Lok Sabha. Then the other two bills are constitutional amendment bills or the ordinary bill. Generally they are related to the changing the constitution. It means for law making, this is called as bill. So here the lawyers have drafted a bill, and that was being widely circulated. The definition of domestic violence were also given, and even if they are evicted from their houses, then there should be certain laws that they could not be thrown out of their houses. And the other lawyer was discussing what about the monetary help if they are being thrown out from the house. Meetings were held with different organizations. The women's movement want a new law on domestic violence. The government should introduce it in the parliament soon. Finally, the bill was introduced in the parliament in 2002. So the journey was started from 1990. Just you have to see, this was started from 1990, and the bill was introduced in the parliament when in 2002. So it was taking too much long time. Just they have introduced, and when it was being passed in 2005, so near about 15 years you can say it took to pass a law, to discuss, to understand, to pass it in the parliament, then to introduce it into the parliament and to pass it by 2005. The bill has none of what we have been suggesting. We must oppose the bill in its present form. Let's have a press conference. We could also start an online petition. Now here they have faced the problem, the women's organization and as well as lawyers, that the bill was not defining the domestic violence properly. Whatever they have discussed, whatever they have drafted, that was not in it. So what they said, let's start a online petition, that we need a proper definition of domestic violence. So they started online petitions. Several women organizations, national commissions for women, made submissions to the parliamentary standing committee. Esteemed members of parliamentary standing committee, the present bill must be changed. We do not agree with the definition of domestic violence being proposed. The laws need to be provided for temporary custody of children. So here one thing, if any kind of domestic violence happen, and if the children are there, then the custody of children would be given to whom? Mainly if the kids are small, the children are small and very young, then the right should be given to whom? The mother itself. How the father is going to look after the children. So this has to be also added. In December 2002, the Standing Committee submitted its recommendation to the Rajya Sabha. These were also tabled in the Lok Sabha. The committee report accepted most of the demands of the women group. Finally, a new bill was reintroduced in Parliament in 2005. After being passed in both houses of Parliament, it was sent to the President for his assent. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act came into effect in 2006. So it was passed in 2005 and came into effect in 2006. At a press conference in October 2006, what is the new law? Generally male were talking to each other. This law is first in recognizing a woman's right to violence-free home and provides a comprehensive definition of domestic violence. This is a civil law aimed at providing relief to the millions of women, including wives, mothers, daughters, sisters affected by violence in their homes. So with this Domestic Violence Act, the rights were got by the wives also, the mothers also, daughters were getting the property rights, even the sisters. So everyone were getting rights if they are being violated or abused by their brothers, husband, father. So every woman's in their different phase of life, they are getting the rights because of this Domestic Violence Act. This law is very significant step because it recognizes the right of women to live in a shared household. Women can get a protection order against any further violence. Women can get monetary relief to meet their expenses, including medical costs. So like in the case of the son and daughter verbal abuse for the mother, so she can get the monetary help as she was not having any kind of account of her personal. So there would be a proper system and process where the son has to give a monetary help to his mother. And nextly, the wife, if they are got separated, then they also can get the monetary help for her survival, and as well as if there is kids, then for the kids survival, like for schooling, for many things, as the husband has to give the monetary help to their family even though they are separated. Now begins another long journey. Yes, now the government has to ensure that this law is implemented and enforced. Now it came into effect, but again the government has to ensure that this is properly implemented and it should be followed. Making law is a great deal, but to make it in a process, to enforce it to the people, to come into in effect, that is very necessary. Another long process. It should be accepted by each and every one. It should be followed. So up to here we understood. Now here are several questions. What do you understand by the domestic violence? List the two rights that the new law helped achieve for women who are survivor of the violence. Please write down these questions in the FNB. You have to add up the 4 glossary words that is given in the end of the chapter with the glossary words what I have given. Now after that you have to write down this. After important notes the topics, then you have to write down the question and answer by yourself. Now can you list one process that was used to make more people aware of the need for this law? Already we have discussed. Just find out the way how the woman has came, or how they were aware of the new law, how they came to know. From the above storyboard, can you list 2 different ways in which people lobbied Parliament? So what are the ways how they reached up to the parliament to make a new law? That is also being discussed. So for these 3 questions I need answers in your FNB in your own words. You can see the poster. In the following poster, what do you understand by the phrase equal relationships are violence free? Often women who face violence or abused are seen as victims, but women struggle in several different ways to survive this situation. Therefore, it is more accurate to refer to them as survivors rather than victims. So from this poster, what we understand, that there should be equal respect given to each gender. They should understand the other gender, mainly the male should understand the woman, that they are having equal rights also and equal rights for the relationship also. Then only the male could respect the woman, the work what she is doing, how she is handling out the family. Instead of woman should be referred as survivor rather than the victim. Equal relationship would be violence free. If they are understanding the other person, mainly the woman, then what will happen? The relationship would be maintained for a longer period of time, respecting each other. Everybody is having their role in their life, like male is working outdoor and coming earning for family, so women are also doing for house, doing household work, looking after the family without any kind of earning, so her work could not be considered as less one. So this has to be understood stood by both, that only can maintain an equal relationship. And if the relationships are equal, then they are violence free. As the above example shows, the role of citizen is crucial in helping Parliament frame different concerns that people might have into laws. From establishing the need for a new law to its being passed, at every stage of process, the voice of citizen is a crucial element. This voice can be heard through TV reports, newspaper editorials, radio broadcast, local meetings, all of which help in making the work of that Parliament does more accessible and transparent to the people. So from the above example, as we have understood that 2 women came to complain about their condition, and later on this was being discussed by the women's organization with a number of people, and many women have raised their voice against the wrong happenings in their family or with them. So here whose role is very important or crucial? That is citizens. So anything that is wrong happening, you should raise your voice, and then later on it might come in the form of law, because the rights are being violated. So that is concern for the people's benefit only. So that could be changed, the condition, the circumstances what are being faced, the wrong happenings could be changed by the law. It has to be passed with the different stages. Now how they could be aware, or how their voice could be reached to the number of people? So there are number of ways from where the voice of the different of the citizen could be heard. That could be heard from the TV reports also. If they are protesting, generally these are being highlighted by the TV reporters. Then newspaper editorials, they are going to write down the articles about the thing that is happening in one particular place only, then that is being reached out number of the people. Then through the radio broadcast and local meeting also, as we have seen in this case, local meetings taken by the women's organization to understand women's condition better. The testimony is taken of women by the women organization. So all this help making the work that parliament does more accessible and transparent to the people. That would help out the parliament also. They could understand the need and demand of the people also, what are the problems faced by the different community, the gender or the religion or the people. That has could be understand by the parliament in better way if we are coming with our problem. So till here I have explained, till here you have to complete your worksheet, the topic what we have understood. Next, the topic what we are going to cover is unpopular and controversial laws. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.